due diligence period is really the period that you have in order to really look at the deal and everything that has an offer to decide whether or not you want to move forward on the deal. Remember, we're closing commercial property. Commercial property takes forever to close, right? It takes a long time. Like everyone says, I can close in 30 days, but like nothing ever closes in 30 days. Closing process of a storage facility, right? But this could really apply to like any piece of property. So now we've got the facility, we've gone through stage one, we found a facility, we ran the numbers, we negotiated with the owner, what we need to do, in order to get the facility under contract. All right. Now for the contract, in the contract, we have what's called the due diligence period, right? Okay. Inside your contract, the due diligence period is really the period that you have in order to really look at the deal and everything that has an offer to decide whether or not you want to move forward on the deal. Okay. Now, typically for us, remember, we're closing commercial property. Commercial property takes forever to close, right? It takes a long time. Like everyone says, I can close in 30 days, but like nothing ever closes in 30 days, okay? So when you're negotiating your contract, you want to make sure that you're negotiating your due diligence period. All right, because this is very important, because this could give you a lot of time, enough time to look at the property and look at all the financials and look to see if you and talk to lenders and see if you really want to buy this property. So in your due diligence period, you want to make sure that you're asking for a minimum of 30 days. All right. Now, sometimes people will come back. Like we talked to an owner in in Louisiana, just like last week, and he was like, look, I'll sell this property to you. I'll sell it for $400,000 if you can close this property in 45 days and you can have a due diligence period of 15 days. This is what he said. All right. And I'm just like, there's no way. There's like no way. Like nobody can move that fast. I mean, you can if you want to stress yourself out, but like I don't want to be stressed out. Like I got a lot of stuff going on, so I always try to shoot for a 30-day due diligence period. 30-day DD or more. Now, what I tell my virtual assistants, right? So remember that we have what's called turnkey acquisitions, where you can hire my virtual assistants to find properties for you, right? So I have 10 virtual assistants that do nothing but call owners and talk to owners, okay? And this is how we do it. And this is how we do it for all of our students, is if it's $1 million or less, we're asking for a 30-day due diligence period, okay? If it's over $1 million, we're asking for 60 days due diligence, right? If it happens to be like, $2, $3, $4 million, and you can ask for even 90 days of due diligence. Bigger projects are always asking for more due diligence. Okay, like the bigger the project. But I mean, typically all of us here, we're buying like $2 or $3, $1 or $2 million deals, maybe a $3 million deal. Push for as much due diligence as you want, right? As you think you need. All right, the longer the better. And also, if you're wholesaling a storage facility, so if you're interested in wholesaling, there's a whole section in the course about wholesaling. And I just taught this to my mastermind, last Tuesday. But when you're wholesaling something, you're the middle person between the buyer and the seller, right? And so you want to have as much due diligence and much time for closing as you possibly can get. So if you say, look, I'm going to be wholesaling this deal, I need a minimum of 60 days to 90 days to go out and find a buyer, right? And have them be able to have their own due diligence time. Right. So you want to make sure that if you're going to wholesale deals, you're asking for as much due diligence as you possibly can. And just be honest. be honest with like the person that you're talking to. Say, look, like I'm not really gonna be the person buying this, or one of my partners is gonna buy it. And so I'm the acquisitions person that finds the deals, and they're going to need some time. So this is why we're asking for time to to do our due diligence. You could just be, a lot of people understand this concept, and if they don't understand the concept, they're probably even more open to saying yes or no. Really, I hear pushback on due diligence when it's like another investor, when they're like, no, like I know you can get this done in like 30 days, like I've done it before or something. A lot of times it's like really experienced investors and like real estate people. They're the ones that are pushing shorter due diligence, shorter closing times, and realtors too. They'll do that. But like if you're talking to an owner that like doesn't buy a lot of property all the time, like they're going to be okay with doing a longer due diligence period. So my personal point of view is ask for as long of a due diligence as you can without pushing it to where you're going to just piss somebody off and lose the deal, right? So typically I said I'm $1 million or less, we're at a 30-day due diligence. Or if it's over $1 million, we're at 60 days. If it gets up to like 3 million, $4 million, and I ask for even more time, right? But typically 30 to 60 days is a good amount of time for you to like, look at everything. Hey everybody, this is Stacy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am here to teach you how to get your foot into this industry. You're watching this video because you want to learn how to get started in self-storage investing, or maybe you own facilities and you want to be a better manager, a better owner. That is what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So please like this video and also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, because that's what YouTube wants. So in order for me to get out the word on how to get started in this industry, I really need your help. Again, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm here to help you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.